This is Gaming with the Master bringing you part 6 of Fossil Fighters Champions. Let's get to it. Last episode, we went to Jungle Labyrinth, beat the monster that was there, and did our next cup battle, which was against Rock and Billy. And we also found out a new dig site on a new island has opened up, so now we will be going to that new island and dig site. So to do that, you speak with this lady here to take a helicopter to the new island, which is Crainal City, and the new dig site is Mount Krakanak. Now we are at Crainal City. And then someone comes up to us and says, "Welcome to Crainal Island, the land where heat and passion swirl." Hey, I'm Terry, the staff leader here on Crainal Isle. It's nice to meet you. You must be Master Yes. Stella has had a lot to say about you. Word on the street is that you took down some cheats who were scaring fighters with a fake monster. Man, you are some kind of fighter. Everyone's talking about your last match, you know. Alright, I almost forgot. I've got some good news for you. The VMM's been upgraded with a new metal bank so you can store dino metals. We added buttons for switching between your holder and bank on the VMM Team Edit screen. If the holder screen is open, just touch the bank button to switch to the bank screen. If you want to switch back, just touch the holder button. To store a dino metal in the bank, select it on the holder screen and touch bank. And to remove a dino metal from the bank, select the bank screen and touch the holder. Dino metals in the bank can be teamed up and renamed just like those in the holder. Neat, huh? No, you don't understand how the bank could possibly be useful? Yeah, that's okay. It's a lot to wrap your head around. Let me try to explain. With the holder C, each dino metal is one of a kind, and that means each Vivisaur is too. But if you put a dino metal in the bank, it becomes like you don't own it when it comes to reviving. So if you have a head fossil, you can make a new Vivisaur instead of integrating it. By making copies of the same dino metal like that, you can make an entire team of one kind of Vivisaur. Now it sounds neat, huh? Alright, there are a couple of things you should be careful about. First, the bank can't hold more than 100 dino metals. If your bank gets full, you have to donate some dino metals you don't need. It's pretty easy, just select the dino metal you want to eliminate and then touch donate. You can also donate dino metals from the bank screen in the same way. And secondly, clean fossils can only be integrated with dino metals in the holder. So if some of your dino metals need parts, make sure you move them into the holder before you clean. Oh hey, if you don't know, there's a fighter station on this island as well. You can clean fossils there, and it's also where some Celestial Cup matches are held. I think Clean came with you on the same helicopter, so that should be taken care of. What else? Alright, Fossil Guild. We have one of those with the shop, mask salon, and info clerk. And if you buy a fossil chip at the shop, you'll be able to dig up new fossil rocks. Okay, that's really it. I look forward to seeing what you can do on our little island. See ya around. And then we see Dr. Scatterly saying, "This CS sonar is right thinkany device. It has to be practically on top of a slablet to get a reading." I'd love to explore dig sites in a slow, painstaking fashion and I'm far too old for such tomfoolery. Also, I'm too fat to walk around for hours at a time. Perhaps it's time to lay off the pudding wot. Oh, good heavens, if it isn't Master Brilliant, I was hoping you'd make it to Crainal Isle someday. Well, how does Crainal City find you? Does its unfamiliar layout confuse and befuddle you? Yes, well, not to worry, I shall simply squire you about town as one scientific mind to another. As you may know, Crainal City has its own fossil guild. If you neglected to purchase an item in Ribbler Town, you can simply buy it here, what ho? Our town center contains the fighter station. Incidentally, the large building above this station is Wild West Tower, home to our man Joe Wild West. Imagine building a tower above a station. That man must be mad for fossil fighting, whoa. And here is the crown jewel of the island, if I do say so myself, the Celestial Museum, which there's nothing to do in there, so he's outright lying to us right now. It would be a shame to leave without a tour of the museum, eh? Since you're so close and all. Come, please, I would be delighted to have you as my special guest. And then the game forces us to go inside because it knows we will never go in there on our own. This is Celestial Museum, a gallery of rare and wonderful discoveries made on the Celestial Islands. Yes, quite. Do your eyes spy my newest prize? It's the Celestial Slablet we obtained together. I've also added a proper translation to the exhibit so all can bask in its glory and wonder. Hold now, you should not leave without viewing the first tablet I acquired. Yes, of course, quite. And the tablet says, the kingdom of Celestial was ruled by Zonga Zonga. He was a sorcerer of overwhelming power and might. Such was his sorcery that when he issued a command, the people had no choice but to obey. He even used strange magics to resurrect ancient beasts from fossils. Quite nice, yes. Of course, I'd give a kipper dinner if I could somehow find the full set of slablets. They would give us an invaluable look at the full history of these islands, you see. I say, just the thought of it is enough to make my heart go pity-pat. Yes, well, the Celestial Museum is always open. Science never sleeps, whoa. If you wish to know the history of these islands, feel free to pop in for a spot of tea and a lecture. Now then, Master, I assume you'll soon be off for excavating and the like, yes. If so, you can access Mount Krakanak from the town center stairway. Good luck to you, my young fighter, tally-ho. So now with all of this boring dialogue out of the way, which took up 8.5 minutes, we'll be going to Mount Krakanak. And now that we are here, we are going to do some fossil digging. And we just found a Sungari head. And now we found a normal rock, so that's always fun. Now we found another Sungari head. And also, if you guys are wondering, this is the current map of Mount Krakanak that we have. I'll show you once we get to a new section what it looks like. So we just found another Sungari head. Looking for more fossils. We just found a brachio body. And we found another brachio body. And since I didn't actually do anything with the fossils I had last time in part 5, in between there, we were full, but we got an Anado head, so we will be swapping that out for a different fossil. Which, let's swap it out for Nycto arms. We just got another brachio body, and since we've already gotten 2 of those, we're just going to ignore that. And Hope is standing right on a fossil, so to dig this one up, we have to wait for it to move so we can actually get this jewel rock, which I will be trading out for one of the Sungari heads. And now that we got close to Todd, Todd is going to say, "Hey Master, you here to dig? This place is really awesome. There's tons of fossil rocks I've never seen before. Go ahead, just throw your pickaxe down anywhere and see what you find." Then someone says, "I knew you were here by the way that air suddenly filled with high-pitched squeals of delight." And it appears to be Rupert, and Todd says, "Rupert, are you looking for fossil rocks for round 3? Rupert says, "Please don't sully me with such accusations. My Vivosaurs are already skilled enough to win round 3 with little trouble. No, I simply came here to run some field tests on a new product. This is Digger, an automated excavation tool recently developed by Fossil Dig Incorporated." He says, "Good day, sir or madam. I am Digger. This robot contains built-in sonar and has the ability to locate and excavate fossils automatically. It is an important product for our company, which is why my father asked me to perform the field test. The sales potential of Digger is almost limitless when fighters see what it can do." And Digger says, "Digger will be released. Welcome, sir. Go, madam. I am. Please insert token. Your call is important to us. I am Error." Oh, what now? Then Digger says, 404, page not found. Bad command or file name. Abort retry file. Fail. Rupert says, No. That idiot robot just ran off with my dino metals. And it's programmed with an automatic fossil battle system. I must stop it. Then Rupert just says, "Oh." Todd says, "Don't try to move. You took a real pounding there. Don't you see, if Digger starts randomly battling strangers with my Vivosaurs, there will be chaos. The reputation of my father's company will be stained forever. I must. Then Todd says, "I'll stay here and make sure Rupert doesn't hurt himself, Master. But you have to chase down that robot." And with that, we will be going back to the fighter station to clean some fossils. And when we get there, someone says, "I say." "Oh ho, your master, yes. I've been hearing ever so much about your exploits. Yet exploits are but wind from the mouths of babes in this cruel world." "Oh, beg pardon, I am Jed Tudor, middle brother of the Tudor family. You can tell me from my brothers by my beard trimmed to match the stylish fashion of the day. Yes, well, let us get down to it, as they say. If you defeat me in battle, I shall impart upon you a vital digging skill. Well, what say you? We will do this because this will give us the ability to dig up dark fossil rocks. So if we beat him, we'll be able to dig up dark fossil rocks. Right, then have you. And if you remember from last Fossil Fighter series, dark fossil rocks are hard around the shell and the X-rays cannot penetrate through them. So for the outer shell, you must use the hammer no matter what. So he will be using a Sketchcan, a Dimorph, and a Gorgo. I will be using T-Rex Lord, Didomio, and Omiax. So with our total speed being higher, we get the first attack, but we do not have enough FP to actually do an attack. And neither does Jed Tutor, so now with 180 FP, we have enough FP to use Lordly Strike against Gorgo, which does a critical 267 damage and knocks Gorgo out in one hit. So Sketchcan uses Body Hammer against Didomio, which does a measly 1 damage. And Dimorph uses Fiery Dive against Domedio, which does a critical 1 damage, so I'm really worried about this battle. So I'm gonna rotate so Omias is in the back and use Omias X against Dimorph, which does 151 damage and defeats Dimorph. Now Sketchcan uses Body Hammer against Dodemio, which does 1 damage. So now we have to wait another turn for our FP. And then Sketchcan uses Body Hammer, which does 1 damage. So I'm going to use Omias X against Sketchcan, which does 149 damage and defeats Sketchcan, and we beat Jed Tutor. Jed Tutor says, "It seems word of your exploits has not been exaggerated, and thus I shall teach you promised skill. Know of dark fossil rocks that contain things such as rare fossils and jewels and the like. And find them takes a certain trick, and that is what he is going to teach us now." Now you know my final secret, and dark fossil rocks are yours for the taking. However, I must warn you, dark fossil rocks can be quite the devil to clean, but the rewards inside make it quite worth the effort. You gain the ability to dig up dark fossil rocks. I have brothers on Ribbler Island and Illum Island. They too will teach you essential techniques. Were I you, I would make for them straight away. Cheerio. Now with that, we are going to clean the few fossils that we have a variety for. So we're going to talk to clean and clean by hand. And start by cleaning Anato, head, and I will talk to you after this. We have finished cleaning now, and the fossils that we cleaned again were Sungari head. I'm gonna try and find Sungari in here. Let's see, Sungari head. Which, this is Sungari. We cleaned Sungari head. Brachio body. So, this is a modified version of Brachio. This is not actual Brachio. but this is still a version of Brachio. So we cleaned his body, and then Anado's head, which I cannot, or 67. This is Anado, this is his head. And I guess I can show you the actual version of Brachio, which looks like this. So we cleaned those 3 fossils and a jewel rock, and with this we will end today's video. And next episode we'll be battling Digger to see if we can beat him.